G.I. Joe fans, welcome to a new segment, Story Time with Uncle Al E. Viper. I am your Uncle Al E. Viper. We will be reading issue number 1 of G.I. Joe. This is the modern issue of the comic. This was a donation from a viewer and a friend, Vinny C. So thank you, Vinny. We will read this comic book and start this new segment off in your honor. So what does Uncle Al have for you today? Well, the comic book starts off with this very glorious and patriotic title page. And it just has the introductions. It says, quartered in top secret armored underground bunkers deep beneath the Army Chaplain's Assistant School at Fort Wadsworth and America's elite counter-terrorist strike force, codenamed G.I. Joe, the most fearsome rapid deployment team of all, stands ready to fight anywhere, anytime, any way. Being an Alley Viper, I have gone up against G.I. Joe, and I know that they're a bunch of cowards because I'm an Alley Viper and they're afraid of me. They yo Joe saying, that it encourages people. No, they're saying that because they're afraid. That's how they're saying. I'm a coward. They say yo Joe. That's code for being a coward. It's my show. I don't like it. Soldiers and the Secret Servicemen crawling all over the train just to protect one special passenger. So who is it anyway? This is a soldier. I'll show you the picture here soon. Don't you read the papers? Dr. Odell Burkhart is the nation's top nuclear scientist. Oh, physicist, sorry. One of the brains behind the Doomsday Project. Yeah, I've heard of her. She claims she didn't know it was a Doomsday Project, and now she's supposed to testify in front of some of Congress's personal committee. No wonder your people are so nervous. Down in the corner are some men in black. So I'll show you the picture. See that? It says, check every inch of the car twice, half with 2 wackos. Sorry, I'm dyslexic, so please bear with that. Half the wackos in the country aren't out of the waste that lady in the car. To waste, two country are out to waste that lady in the press car. I apologize. Yeah, and the other half want to make her president. Listen, she's already begun her press conference. So it shows the woman sitting down at the desk. In other words, it was deliberately misled as the true nature of the project. The Doomsday Project was a single goal in the development of retaliatory weapons system capable of annihilating all life on this planet. And it's unthinkable that a person of conscience could... Wait, what's that sound? And all of a sudden it shows Cobra attacking in gliders and pretty high-tech stuff we had back then. That was the precursor to our Cobra claws. So look at that picture. Very nice Baroness, looking so fine. I sent her love letters one time and Destro got mad. The fools were totally unprepared for the surprise attack. Concentrate your fire on the soldiers. The Baroness will take care of the Secret Service. Strike now, brothers. Take Burkhart alive. Yes, Baroness. One of the gentlemen holding a rifle said that. Those reporters, they've got guns disguised as cameras. Get down, Dr. Burkhart. We'll handle this. Too many civilians can't get a clear shot. Force them back, Gregor, so the Baroness can grab the doctor. All right, I've got your precious Dr. Burkhart now. Back off, and I'll turn her face into a red mist. Ooh, yeah, she never minced words. Do as she says. It's obvious they only want me. I'll not have any more innocent bloodshed on my account. Shut up. You're making my trigger finger itch, as the doctor's saying. You know, it's obvious they only want me, and she doesn't want people hurt. Very noble of her. Gregor, hold these pigs off while the good doctor and I powder our noses. Powder your noses? Oh, it meant something different in the 80s. As you command, Baroness. This is hopeless. You'll never get off this train. Hold still. If these straps aren't tight, we'll dislocate your shoulders. And when I activate the gas canister, whoosh, it shows the Baroness and Dr. Burkhart jumping out of the train. That's like James Bond stuff right there. I hope you're not afraid of heights, Dr. Burkhart. This particular model doesn't come equipped with air sickness bags. And that cable will take us to my friends. So she's in some sort of a hot air balloon. You're right on schedule, Baroness. Of course, radio the airfield will rendezvous with the supersonic transport in 10 minutes. The next page shows the Sky Strikers flying over the Pentagon. How bad is it, General Austin? Bad? Son, the fan didn't just get hit this time, it got smothered. I like that. Hit the fan. Burkhart has more dangerous secrets rattling around in her pretty little head than the Russians have tanks. That's a problem, Flag. Those secrets are useless without the necessary backup technology. So this is inside the Pentagon. Of course, General Flag is in there. Roll the footage of the press car powder room. The stuff we didn't release to the press. Yes, sir. So I'll show you that picture right there. See that? Burkhart is in the hands of Cobra Command, and there's a note. It says, try to rescue her and she dies, Cobra. Yeah, we're never subtle. They have the technology and the will to use it. Yes, we do. Their threat doesn't make sense, sir. We've almost better off than national security-wise if we attempt to rescue, bungle it, and Cobra terminates her. Don't believe it, General Flag. We're in a double bind. We can't let Cobra keep her long enough to use her, and we can't let her die because the whole world knows that we consider her an embarrassment. Our only possible course of action is a successful rescue. Let's see if they do. So I'll show you this page. Pretty neat, huh? This is a page I'll be reading. It won't be easy. Cobra has legions, well trained and equipped with all the latest hardware. A direct frontal assault could turn into a bloodbath for our boys. General Austin, we have no alternative. So they're talking about that Cobra parade that's going on. We have to call the Special Counter-Terrorist Group Delta, codename G.I. Joe. You're good, Officer Flag, and you'll make a good politician someday. Why do they call him Officer Flag? And an old brass hat gabs his head off while you had all the shots covered from the beginning. Sergeant, General Flag's calling out. Let's see those G.I. Joe dossiers that General Flag had you complete this morning. It shows the sergeant sitting at a computer terminal. I've got the basic read on standby on the display board. The complete service records can be available on printout within 10 seconds. So it shows Hawk, Grand Slam, Short Fuse, Flash, Grunt, Breaker, Rock and Roll, Zap, Scarlet, Steeler, Clutch, Stalker, Snake Eyes, and one called Shooter, which we never saw an action figure of. Who's going to honcho this mission in the field? Colonel Clayton M. Abernathy, codename Hawk. He's the best man we have. Ah, yes. But how lucky is he? It says 12:31 hours, Fort Wadsworth. Just my luck. To catch a driver with a lead foot. Slow down, Clutch. This isn't Asbury Park, and we're not on Thunder Road. Well, all due respect to your rank, Colonel Abernathy, sir. So it shows Colonel Hawk riding with Clutch in the vamp. I've got orders from General Flagg to deliver your Class A colonelship to G.I. Joe Command Center ASAP. And it says as soon as possible. General Flagg hasn't worn out his first set of khakis yet. The orders were countersigned by General Austin. Old Ironblood Austin, step on it, Clutch, or we're both facing a court-martial. Hi, Hawk. Grand Slam and Zap were just saying it's about time you threw a surprise inspection. Negative, Rock and Roll. We've been called together for another mission. That's what Hawk is saying. Steeler, is everyone else downstairs? Steeler says affirmative. So let me show you the upcoming pages here. Okay, according to the schedule 18, we'll be in the middle individual weapons training, and I'll send you straight down to join them at the staging level. Grand Slam, you must be only motor pool in the world with an hydraulic lift that goes down, as well as the only floor have 5 floors and armored basement under it. Well, that's the Joes for you. Now I know where to go. Last stop, laser cannons. In the G.I. Joe Combat Training Center. So it shows all the Joes down there, you know, doing martial arts and practicing with their weapons. And one dude looks like a big snow globe, whatever it's supposed to be doing there. And there's some brass saying, at ease. And the team members, you'll report in for briefing in the briefing room in 5 minutes. So that's Colonel Hawk. Looks like we've got another hot mission breaker. We're all hot missions, Scarlet. And bet it's the Burkhart kidnapping. And this is Stalker. You're going to risk our butts to rescue a woman who's practically a traitor. How's that sit on you, Snake Eyes? And it just shows Snake Eyes going, and Stalker saying, could I quote you on that? Cobra has Dr. Burkhart stashed on an island in the Caribbean. We ran a Blackbird mission over it and shot this high resolution holograph. Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, Hawk. We're almost certain they're holding Burkhart in this old Spanish fort. There's a pulse Doppler radar on this mountain that can spot a hang glider clear of the horizon. Surface to air missile sites are all over the place. Cobra is prepared for anything. Is prepared. Yeah, he's prepared. Cobra, we're always prepared, right? Cobra is prepared, and it will be very hairy, according to Hawk. Strength of garrison, Scarlet's asking. That's always a good question to ask. Full battalion, 1,200 men. The perimeter is heavy with concertina wire, mines, tank traps, and machine gun bunkers. Presence of high Voltage cable means that there's a heavy generator, which could mean that the fencing is electrified. Sorry I asked. And then this is Hawk saying, grunt, stalker, short fuse. You will take out the airfield tower and the hangar, leaving one small aircraft intact. Flash and breaker will take care of the radar mission. Mission supply will fix you up with some special black boxes. Scarlet and Snake Eyes will knock out the generator in the fort. Your objective is to clear the way for the secondary team that will actually storm the fort. And this is the only known photo of Cobra Commander. Not bad looking, really. It's one I have hanging up in my bathroom. We don't know much about him, but we can personally say, in charge of this operation, the odds are against us double. So this is what I've been reading, and there's the next page. This is Baroness. Don't even turn your back on her unless she's dead. Even I'd search her for grenades. We all know this woman. The media painted a pretty black picture of her, but the inflammatory headlines sell her newspapers all right. Hawk, are you trying to tell us she ain't no traitor? Calm down, short fuse. We each took an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States. That Constitution guarantees the right of every citizen to disagree with the government. Snake Eyes is signaling me that he wants to know. How can the rights of an individual compared to the safety of the entire world would be a B-52 bombing raid to solve the problem unless we risk? And this is Hawk. No, we're the good guys, remember? The island has a civilian population. Besides, it's not our job to judge Dr. Burkhart. What is our job? We're soldiers. Our job is to follow orders, to do the impossible, and make it look easy. Now, I will say that about soldiers. They make the impossible look easy. God bless you all. I trust you are uncomfortable, Dr. Burkhart. I admit the straps are excruciatingly tight, but they'll prevent you from injuring yourself. And when we begin the formation extraction procedure, we are all familiar with rather disagreeable side effects of scopolamine and the so-called truth serums. You'll never get a chance to use those filthy drugs on me. This whole island is going to be bombed off the map at any moment. Really, Dr. Burkhart? Who would do such a thing? G.I. Joe! These are the next 2 pages. So what did you think? The government would have sponsors? The government would sponsor something as reprehensible as a doomsday project? Isn't going to think twice about vaporizing the whole island to preserve its precious secrets. It's Dr. Burkhart speaking to Cobra Commander. Doctor, this situation is far more complex than you believe. That which seems mindless is often precise, choreographed. Don't you think? This seems... Sorry. Let me read that again. Dyslexia sucks. Doctor, this situation is far more complex than you believe. That which seems mindless is often precisely choreographed. Don't you agree, Baroness? It's always best to let opportunities think they know. Opponents think they know what you're up to. That's the Baroness. Cobra Commander. Some Cobra agent saluting with the... radar has spotted a submarine on the surface 20 miles north of the island. It was there just long enough to launch a small boat and landing party. Excellent, says the commander. Dispatch 2 heavy weapons platoons to cover the North Beach, and on their way they can stop at the fishing village. Get some sushi. Battle might last a while, and might get hungry. And to carry out the contingency plan, and that's to get sushi. My dear Dr. Burkhart, you will soon see the distinct advantages of having no scruples whatsoever. 2015 hours, the north coast of Cobra Island. Do you see anything through the image intensifiers, Grunt? Yeah, I see another pair of intensifiers staring straight at me. Looks like Cobra is having a heavy hardware party on the beach, and we're the guests. Time for Stalker to put a rocket in his pocket and crash their bash. Okay, that's not roadblock. Ain't no lie, I love to fly. That's Stalker. Hurry up and strap on that jump jet mobile propulsion unit. Another 50 yards and they'll be in range. Wait, take cover. They're launching some sort of rocket at us. Say, hey, just thought I'd drop in and liven up your party with some fireworks. So Stalker's flying over with his jump jetpack dropping grenades. Stalker got him on the run. Gun that overboard, we're going in. Outboard, sorry. Gun that outboard, going in. Gun the boat engine. Don't leave, you all miss the grand finale. That's Stalker again. I whistle stars and stripes forever while using this laser blaster to strafe the beach until time for the kettle drum to start. And time for the kettle drum parts. Look like the party's over, gang. The host took their goodies and went home. They'll be back and forth. Head for the tree line and get into the jungle and undercover. So there's the page I'm reading now. There's the next page. There is nothing in Hawk's plans about being far out so early. Doesn't that change anything, Flash? Negative, Stalker. We proceed to our individual targets as planned. Hawk wasn't kidding. This mission is so hairy it's got dandruff. Ain't that the truth? 35 hours in Cobra headquarters. This is the Baroness speaking. Your troops turned tail and ran, Commander. The American intruder team escaped without a scratch. And this is a Cobra agent talking. It's hard to tell us apart anymore. We're outgunned, sir. They had some sort of portable air support, and they're completely surprised. Not as surprised as I am, the Cobra commander says. I hadn't expected any of you to survive this G.I. Joe team. It's less efficient than I thought. And here's Baroness again. They're too far efficient for my taste. I say we kill the hostage now and send out fire teams to sweep the whole island. No, my good Baroness, that's exactly what they want us to do. This initial landing is a feint to draw my troops away from the fort so they can set up for a heavy assault which will land on a closer beach. We have Dr. Burkhart, therefore they must come to us. And when they arrive, they will find the fort at full strength. 20-45 hours, so this is a half hour into the mission, at the Cobra radar site. Breaker, what makes our mission planning honcho so sure that this is the spot where the underground electrical cable runs? Simple, Flash. This is an unmanned radar site, and the power source and radar screens must be in the fort. Draw a straight line between the radar and the fort, and you've got And it says bad news. That's now cable. That's a 1/4-inch steel pipe. Breaker, you may be a whiz with communications equipment, but otherwise you're a real dummy with cables inside the pipe. So here's the next page. What do we do now? We're 1,000 miles from the nearest acetylene torch. I don't even give my P38. I don't even have my P38. That's a form of can opener. My G.I. Joe can opener with me. Stay back, breaker. This will be real touchy. I can't be off by a hair, but anything a torch can do, and Zap is firing his laser at that pipe. My laser rifle can do better. Flash, you're more nerve than brains. If you had severed the live cable, this whole mission would have been blown. But I didn't, so tell me how these gadgets of yours work. We tap into this line and record a tape loop of their all clear radar signal, and then we play it back continuously. The 7th Fleet would sail in the sail end, and Cobra radar scopes would show nothing but empty sea. Like I said, you're a whiz. 2050 hours. There she is, Snake Eyes. That's Dr. Burkhart. You may not do much talking, but I know what you're thinking. One well-placed shot and we could scrub this whole mission and be home free. But that's the easy way, and if this job was supposed to be easy, G.I. Joe wouldn't have gotten it. So these guys really do not like Dr. Burkhart. This is showing me a different side of G.I. Joe that I'm starting to like. 2055 hours, the airfield. It's going to be like shooting ducks on a pond, Grunt. I don't like it. It's too easy. What do you think, Stalker? It stinks, but no more worse than the rest of this lousy mission. 2058 hours, the Pentagon. Where's the hydrofoil landing craft tank that will land Force 2, the heavy assault team on Cobra Island? There were only 6 men in that team, and you expect the spearhead straight through the door, straight through the front door of the fort. That's General Flagg speaking. Yes, sir, opposition should be minimal, and the airfield division will bleed troops to the other end of the island. And if the diversion fails, our men are on their own all the way. 2059 hours, 50 miles south of Cobra Island. Hawk, we're too far away to see anything. Why bother looking? There's a fireworks display scheduled for the airstrip at 2100 hours. And that's just about the second page. Now drop it on them, Short Fuse. 2100 hours at the airstrip. Oh, the oil drums even say Axon. That's pretty cool. It goes whoomp, wee, da boom. It shows a airplane blowing up. Bwam, ba-dam. Stalker, lay down some cover fire as we make tracks. You got it, Grunt. I still think this was too easy. They didn't even put up a fight. I ain't going to complain about it. 2101 hours, airstrip. Bunker team reporting. Everything is going according to plan. The intruders destroyed the dummy planes by mortar attack. 1 light aircraft left intact. Over. 2110 hours at the fort. shows a Joe smacking a Cobra blue shirt over the head, and Snake Eyes and Scarlet are walking down dark steps. Shows Snake Eyes taking out a Cobra agent, and then he's pointing at the Joe, unspecified Joe. The Cobra commander wants a constant radar check on the southern sea approaches. Nothing out there for 150 miles, sir. 2120 hours near the fishing village. Halt, who goes there? Stalker, Grunt, and Short Fuse. The airstrip's been neutralized. Ditto the radar. We still have an ambush to set up. Let's go. 2130 hours, the fort. Commander, they've already destroyed the airstrip, and yet you still refuse to kill the hostage. And if you have a master plan, I demand to be informed of it. Patience, Baroness, says Cobra Commander. Next 2 pages. But Cobra's credibility is worthless unless we carry out our threat to kill her now. Go ahead and get it over with. This is the hostage. I'm not going to help you anyway. All in good time, Dr. Burkhart. One must defer pleasures if one wishes to savor them. That's Cobra Commander speaking. Another Cobra Trooper. Commander, the G.I. Joe Heavy Assault Team has landed. Splendid, says Cobra Commander. Rock and roll. Take the right wing. Clutch. Take the left. Clutch and Grand Slam. Take the left. We hear you, Hawk. Steeler, you, Zap, and I are rolling right up the middle. So they're in a tank and they're going to be running through some Constantino wire. Fall back. Nothing can stop them. These are Cobra troops. Whoosh, brat, 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 wham. Weapons firing. We're smashing through the wire, breaking inside the perimeter. Get back. Rock and roll is here to stay. It shows rock and roll jumping over a trench on a ram cycle. Hey, Clutch, how is it that you always manage to swerve out of the patch of artillery shells? I'd like to say it's a skill and determination, Grand Slam, but it's mostly stark fear and blind luck. 2140 hours inside of the Spanish fort. Blam! Penetration team has just blown the main generators. Baroness and I believe it's time to fill you in on my game plan. Do you plan to kill Dr. Burkhart now? Said the Baroness. No, Dr. Burkhart is due at the airfield. Have a staff car and escort her by to transport her. Okay. Escort, stand by. Okay, have a field car escort to stand by to transport her. 2155 hours for room. This type of handwriting, this type of writing in comic books is hard for me to read. It's not easy on dyslexia, I'll tell you. 2200 hours, the fishing village. I don't believe it. Cobra wiped out the entire village. It's our fault if we hadn't come here. Women, kids, everybody. They did it to keep them from helping us. Calm down, Flash. It's not our fault. We should do the decent thing and bury them. Wrong, Breaker. We're not burying anyone, no matter how innocent they were. We got an ambush to set, and if we take them out, if we take time out to clean up this mess, we might as well call Cobra right now and tell them we're bugging out. That was Stalker. 2230 hours. The road to the fort. Grand Slam. I've spotted 3 Cobra tanks in the column formation. I've got you covered, Steeler. You can have dibs on the first 2. Wham, wham. That is a G.I. Joe tank shooting the Cobra tanks. Thanks, pal. Be careful. We've got infantry running through the bush there. No sweat. I'll clean up the last tank while rock and roll gets his act in gear. So this is a Hal firing down on another tank. I'll pay them a solo blast call. A blast from the past call. Okay. Wipe out, says it's rock and roll yelling wipe out, shooting at Cobra troops. 2230, the fishing village. Our orders are to deliver the woman to the airfield. We shall not fail. But suddenly, unexpectedly, there's an explosion and the staff car gets rocked and two Cobra blue shirts on motorcycles get knocked off. And here comes Stalker flying down in the jump jetpack. Hang loose, Dr. Burkhart. I'll get you out of there in a second. We figured Cobra would try to get you off the island via the airfield if we made it hot enough for them. What you did figure on, pig, was the fact that you're doomed from the beginning, and the Baroness takes off her disguise. She was disguised as the Baroness, or disguised as Dr. Burkhart. 2250 hours of fort. Everything is running according to plan, Burkhart, says Cobra Commander. I knew that I wouldn't have the time to extract the doomsday plan from you unless I had neutralized the one force that had any chance of effecting a rescue. So I used you to lure the G.I. Joe team into a trap, and I shall now don my special combat helmet. So, here are the pages. When the entire team is inside this castle, I shall activate the 5-minute timer on my wrist, and you'll detonate the 5 tons of high explosives which are buried under the fort. And of course, we shall be well away in the helicopter by that time. Meanwhile, it shows Steeler and the Mobat shooting up the fort. The main gate is down. Let's roll the fort. It's ours. And there's a Cobra troop popping up out of the ground with a bazooka. Foosh, badam! Rocket launched at 6 o'clock. Get him, Zap. Consider him scratch, Steeler. Ditch the tank. We'll hitch a ride with clutch and grand slam. So apparently the back of a Mobat is its weak spot. Hustle it. Things must be getting hot for Scarlet and Snake Eyes by now. Hawk, we should have been here by now. We can't wait any longer, Snake Eyes. We'll have to go in after Cobra Commander without support. So Hawk and Scarlet and Snake Eyes stormed into this room and are shooting everybody up. Dr. Burkhart, but we saw her drive out of the rear gate of the airfield. Appearances can be deceiving, my lady. Please drop your weapon. This is Cobra Commander. And I shall be forced to terminate the life functions of the good doctor here. You haven't got a chance, Commander. The entire G.I. Joe team is right behind us. I'm sure they are. But I doubt that even your illustrious team can penetrate 12 inches of case-hardened steel in the time to be of any use. That door is sliding down, cutting us off from the others, Scarlet said. Meanwhile, Stalker, what happened to the ambush? Dr. Burkhart pulled a no-show. We got the Baroness instead, but where's Scarlet and Snake Eyes? Hawk, I cased the whole front. There's no sign of Burkhart, Scarlet, or Snake Eyes, but there's a locked steel door up there that satchel charges won't scratch. Indeed, I assure you that we won't be disturbed. Now that you've dropped your weapons, you'll kindly step to the far wall, and the good doctor and I shall board the aircraft and depart. The activator will unlock the steel door in 5 minutes. No, it's a trap. That's no door timer, said the doctor. Stop it, you fool, you'll ruin everything. So it's doctor's attacking Cobra Commander. They would have saved themselves if it's not for me. I won't be responsible for their deaths. I won't even let you kill the... He shot Dr. Burkhart, but he won't get away with it. Thwack! Scarlet throws a throwing star and hits Cobra Commander in the wrist. On my wrist, yells Cobra Commander. And then, thum! Man, I don't care what Grand Slam says. I ain't hauling that laser cannon back down those stairs after this. They used to howl to blast through the wall. Cool it, rock and roll. Looks like we're too late. Scarlet Snake guys, are you okay? Yeah. Yeah, and so is Burkhart. Her arm is pretty bad shape, but it'll heal. You all could have left me to die, but you risked your own lives to save mine. I had presumed so many horrible things about you and the army. I guess I forgot that no one has a monopoly on scruples. Thank you, all of you, says the doctor. Oh my God, says the doctor. The timer, the whole fort is going up in less than 5 minutes. Don't worry, we have old Cobra Commander himself to fuse it. Hey, where is he? I put him next to the Baroness just a second ago. Yeah, that's the Joes for you. They think Cobra Commander's been defeated and they leave him there, turn their back, and boom, he's gone. There's blood from his wounded hand, and the floor panel must have opened to a hidden passage. He's running out. We'll never get down the stairs and out the gate in time. Quick, everybody, into the chopper. Zap, you're driving. Hawk and I haven't pushed a joystick. Hawk, I haven't pushed a joystick on a chopper in 2 years. Relax, it's like riding a bike. You never forget. Oh yeah, I used to fall off my bicycle all the time. Ha ha, real funny, huh? Kablam! The fortress blows up. My tank, says the dealer. My Jeep, says the G.I. Joe, the guy that drives the Jeep. Yeah, that guy. My motorcycle. Don't sweat it, guys. General Austin would be glad to buy all you new set of wheels when we show up with Dr. Burkhart. No, that's Stalker speaking. You know, Clutch and Rock and Roll are sad about losing their Jeep and their motorcycle. I'd like to thank all of you. I'd like to thank you all again. I still feel that all of my political actions weren't justified, but at least I know that somewhere in the Pentagon there are people who care. 0030 hours, zero dark 30. The Cobra Island, or the island airfield, will have to take the stick for the whole trip, Baroness. My hand is completely useless. As Cobra Commander in this airplane talking to Baroness. Shall I plot a course for the headquarters, Commander? Yes, this endeavor has ended in a failure, and we must rest up for now. So, guys, I hope you like this. I had promised that I'd be reviewing comics, so I figured I'd add a little comedy to the comic and just read it to you instead of reviewing it. I like this comic. Issue 1 is one of my favorites. I just love the cover, and it's a great storyline. Introduces you to G.I. Joe. And what better way to introduce it than as Uncle Al E. Viper? So be expecting more of these. I can't promise them every week, but I will certainly try. I started a new job, so things will be a little bit wonky until I get used to the new schedule. So anyway, thank you guys very much. Stay tuned for the next G.I. Joe toy review, which will be up tomorrow. That will be my addition to Cobra Convergence. Until then, be kind to everyone, and always remember to be kind to animals, because they know nothing but unconditional love. See you tomorrow.